Welcome back to The Witcher 3. Let us return to the path.
Giddy up.
So, a griffin this close to the village? Strange.
My thoughts exactly. In the forest or the mountains, sure, but here? Near the main road.
Maybe it's the war. Corpses everywhere, the stench of blood, burnt flesh. Drives monsters crazy sometimes.
Men, too. We need to watch ourselves in White Orchard. And we should leave as soon as we learn anything.
Yeah, the game is telling us that we shouldn't be raising any sort of ruckus here in these popular areas. We shouldn't be stealing everybody's stuff. At least when somebody sees that.
I think those plums are wreaking havoc on the gun.
Slower.
It was some drowner that had supped on it. Witcher had naught to do with it. What did the...
What?
Take that down before there's trouble.
That is a coat of arms, the Temerian lilies. They've a right to hang there.
This ain't Temeria no more, old man. It's Nilfgaard now.
My arse it is.
Witches?
I'll not drink with Weaverlaw's freaks.
Beg your pardon for those thugs.
No need. We're used to it.
Folk are jumpy round here. Armies just passed through. Now a griffin's prowling about.
Already had the pleasure. Ran into your kinsman, Bram.
Bram? How is he?
Alive. Sends his regards.
Master Witchers. Food and drink on the house. What can I get you?
There a contract on that griffin?
Nay, not at the moment. Used to be. Soon as a beast had built a nest nearby, the alderman would start a collection, or go to the Lord for help. Now the aldermen don't use the privy without asking the Black One's permission first. And seems they hanged the Lord. So no contract.
Shame. We might have done something, but not for free.
Pretty busy place you got.
Nations on the move. Some search for kin, others just want to get out of the way of the armies. They all need food, drink, and a night's rest in warmth.
So, war's been good for your trade?
Aye, so far. But it'd be best to know peace again. Times like these, you never know what tomorrow will bring.
Show me what you got behind the counter.
Well, we don't have a whole lot in terms of funds, but we can see that she is selling some cards. We will buy some cards. Of course, these are not the kind of cards that Geralt prefers, which have pictures of naked women on them, but these will be quite useful very soon. There's also some alcohol we could buy for alchemy stuff, but yeah, it's pretty expensive, so we're not gonna waste our money on that right now.
Looking for a woman. Raven-haired, violet eyes, dresses in black and white. Riding in from Willoughby. And, strange as it sounds, lilac and gooseberries might have smelled that.
I've not seen nor smelt such a lady. Believe I'd remember.
Yeah, especially hard to forget this one.
Plenty of travellers about, though. Folk from all over. Might be worth your while to ask after her.
I love that little glance he gives Vesemir there.
Thanks for everything. Help you bandage that up?
Please. I'm not decrepit yet.
Then I'll ask about Yennefer.
Just remember, we'd rather not draw any attention.
Alright, let's go and have a chat with the upstanding citizens of White Orchard.
Drommel, you're dumber than a headless cockerel. Why are they marking out them lines, eh? To parcel out their patrimony, give it to their own.
I'm looking for someone.
And we seek some peace and quiet.
Out of my face, freak. For your breath sours my beer.
Yeah, as the game is telling us, we can use Axie to influence dialogue, so that can be helpful if somebody is not cooperating.
Raven-haired woman dressed in black and white. Seen her? Talk.
Folks say the lady rode through the village a few days back. Galloping so fast she knocked Radabor into a ditch.
Which way did she go?
Dunno. Lots of tracks leading off the main road. Could have gone anywhere.
Oi, people! The freak's taken Micah's mind!
Uh-huh. And I'll take your tongue if you don't shut up.
Once more, there are 4 factions.
For what?
Factions, teams, suits, similar to clubs and spades, except each suit has its own face cards. There are also special cards.
Wouldn't you rather play war? It's like to be near dawn before you get your game in noggin.
What a waste of time. The Earth shall revolve around the sun before you comprehend these rules.
Got a minute?
Why not? Aldert Geert, Assistant Professor in Contemporary History at Oxenfurt Academy.
Geralt of Rivia. Witcher, with tenure. I'm looking for a woman. Long hair, dressed in black and white. Seen anyone like that?
Of course not. Unlike the populace, I know the horsewoman of war is pure poppycock.
Horsewoman of war? What's that about?
Folks say an omen. A beautiful phantom rides the fields at night, looks as you described her. Armies follow her, and all who cross her path meet with misfortune.
I can vouch for the last bit. Know where they saw her?
No, facts interest me, not fairy tales.
Not a place I'd ever expect to find a scholar. Take it you're fleeing the war?
Quite the opposite. Chasing it. I'm headed for the front.
Tired of life?
I seek knowledge, which I value more than life itself. I've a thirst no dusty old tomes can quench. I wish to see the Nilfgaardian invasion with my own eyes, understand it, and record it all in my chronicle, my magnum opus.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work out for him all that well, so let's just encourage him to just back off.
Take my advice. Go back to your books while you can. War's no game. No faculty meetings to attend, no tenure to gain, endnotes to compile. First soldier you see'll kill you.
Why would he do that? Me? A neutral civilian? A scholar?
Boots.
Come again?
He'll kill you for your boots. War reached Novigrad yet?
Nope, but it's only a matter of time. Nilfgaard on one bank, Redania on the other. Drooling over the city like dogs over a juicy bone.
Many a ruler's choked on that bone.
True. We value our liberty in Novigrad, and we know how to fight for it.
The scholars especially.
The sword is not the only weapon. Do not forget, architects from our academy designed the city walls. Walls no war machine has ever crumbled.
Gotta go. So long.
A moment, Witcher. You strike me as a man of the world. Are you familiar with Gwent?
No, and I don't have time to learn.
But the rules are quite simple. Come, let's play.
Okay, well, it's your funeral, buddy.
Why not?
Splendid. Here's how it's done.
No, I don't think I'm gonna do the tutorial. I can probably explain it. I'm not gonna say better, but at least quicker. Let's just see what we're gonna put into our deck here. Of course, our starting cards are crap. We did buy some decent ones. Well, decent-ish ones anyway. But yeah, we don't really have all that much. Now, some of these cards do have icons on them. I will explain those when it becomes relevant. Yeah, right now we just kinda have to use what we got. We don't need that. At this point we only have the Northern Realms deck, and we have the leader cards that have different abilities. I think I'm gonna use this one that uses Impenetrable Fog. Yeah, it uses Impenetrable Fog, and apparently it picks it from the deck instead of just using it, which I actually didn't know. I thought it just kinda used the ability. But never mind. And yeah, if it draws some crap cards, we can just redraw a couple of them, which may or may not be helpful. Okay, so he put up a card worth 2, which is worth 2 points, and we counter with a 6-point card. Yeah, we are not exactly playing any sort of championship type game here. This is very much just throwing the cards onto the table and seeing what happens. Now that one has a plus on it, which increases the other cards on the row. So Impenetrable Fog there. That reduces all of the ranged cards on both sides to 1. And this does the same for the... God, I forgot what those actually called. But like the melee fighter cards. With the swords on them. Yeah, so at this point I am really just making him use all of his cards. So when you think you're done, you can pass, and that will end the round. For you anyway. The opponent can still make moves. I think we are done about now. Yeah, there we go. If you want to save cards, you can just pass. And he has run out of cards. Which means we win this next round by default. And now we can just put whatever card down and we'll win. So that'll do it. That wasn't really much of an explanation there, but I'll see if I can do better later. That went by a little bit quicker than I thought.
Well, you've a knack for this game. If you ever find yourself in Oxenfurt and wish to play a true master, ask for Stepan. A simple innkeep by trade, but a true maestro when it comes to Gwent.
I'll remember that. Thanks.
Now by beating him here, we won a card. We also got the Miraculous Guide to Gwent, which shows us how many cards are in each region of the game. So we can kinda keep track on how many we need in each area, although it is not quite as accurate as I would like, because it sometimes kinda puts some cards in the sort of wrong region. And here's the letter from Yennefer that we saw earlier. She calls Geralt dear friend because there was a whole thing in the books where Geralt was kinda, well, anguishing about how to address Yennefer, and he ended up going with dear friend, which of course Yennefer wasn't particularly keen on, so she would use it sarcastically ever since. Well, let's talk to this guy who is clearly not important.
Looking for a woman.
Like everyone.
Not like everyone. And not just any woman. Mine smells of lilac and gooseberries, dresses in black and white.
2 schnapsies. It'll lift your spirits.
Well, if he's buying, then I guess why not?
I'll have a drink. Can we cut to the chase? You seen her or not?
Yennefer of Vengerberg.
Never mentioned her name.
Yet you described her perfectly. And once I hear something, I never forget. Can't help it.
What do you do? Who are you?
A mangy vagrant. Gone to Rodim, at your service.
Vagrant. That a profession now?
Once a merchant of mirrors. The madding crowd dubbed me Master Mirror, or the Man of Glass.
How do you know Yennefer?
What a question. Master Dandelion's ballads, of course. The only way a humble merchant might hope to rub up against greatness. Unless, that is, he's as lucky as I am.
And runs into a very patient witcher.
It's a Geralt of Rivia himself. The Butcher of Blaviken.
Recognize me from Master Dandelion's ballads too?
To your health.
You seen Yennefer?
Deepest apologies, but I must ask. Is this about love?
Guessed it. It's love.
I knew it at once.
What do you know? Tell me.
Before you appeared, it never occurred to me that might have been Yennefer. Who would have thought?
Get to the point.
A Nilfgaardian scout from the local garrison saw her.
Where?
At their camp. She rode in there. Dark of night. Black and white. Gooseberries and... Yes, I know. Had a terse exchange with the garrison commander and raced off.
Where to?
I'm not omniscient. Ask at the garrison.
Thanks.
We men of the road must stick together. Perhaps one day I'll be in trouble, and you'll be nearby to help.
Well, our helpful new friend seems to have completely disappeared. Which is interesting. We have no time to dwell on that. Let's go and speak to Vesemir.
Yes? What is it, Wolf?
Realize it's been half a year since we hunted down that fiend in Varun.
Yes. Well, that was more than a fiend. What was that bastard's name? Drugan? May the soil lie light upon him. Things used to be simpler. Monsters were bad, humans good. Now, everything's all confused.
Used to be exactly the same. You've just forgotten.
Do well not to point up my age. You're near a century old yourself.
I don't think Geralt is supposed to be that old in the books, actually, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, physically he is in like his 30s or 40s, maybe. in really good shape, of course, due to all the mutations and stuff, and the training.
Done drinking?
Mm-hmm.
Then fuck off.
Don't want your kind here.
Now I could try to use Axie here, but if you try to use that on a group, it usually doesn't work, because the guys will be like, hey, what is he doing?
Better round up someone else to help. 3 of you don't stand a chance against me.
What? I could fuck you up by myself.
If I had a bag over my head and my hands tied behind... Actually, no, not even then.
Chet, Lesh, back off. I'll teach this vagrant a lesson. Man on freak.
Alright, time for fisticuffs.
Pathetic.
Yeah, put him up. Come on.
Nice meeting you.
Thanks for the assist, Roach. Yeah, fist fighting is pretty much the same controls as the regular fighting. You can use the left trigger to counter, which is of course very useful. And you have your regular fast and strong attacks. And your dodges, all that stuff, you know. Let's see, we don't really have anything we can use for alchemy right now, but might as well just take a look while we're here. We could make bombs, but no, not yet, don't have the ingredients. Yeah, oils make your weapons more efficient against, or more effective against certain types of enemies. And we have some basic Witcher potions here. Cat lets us see in the dark and swallow is a healing potion. And we'll take a closer look at that stuff when it's relevant. I just kinda wanted to show them off in a brief overview there. Oh, it's the guy we saved.
Thank you for saving me. People say all kinds of things about witches, but I've always known yours to be an honorable guild.
So you managed to salvage some goods?
Yes, but I await the repair of my wagon. As time passes, my losses grow. Do you need something? I'll let it go half free.
Well, we don't really have any money, but we'll have a look. He's got the Temerian armor, which is pretty good light armor, but of course we are far from being able to actually afford that, so that's gonna be later. Also some horse equipment, which we also could use, but it's also very expensive, so we'll have a look at that later as well. Yeah, nothing too interesting here.
Take care.
But he's got some pretty good stuff if we can afford it, which we of course can't. So let's walk around a bit and see what's going on around the village.
Will you raise a glass with me?
It's Dervan now. D-E-R-V-A-N, not Goidamar.
What do you mean? I know what they named you at your cutting. What kind of name is that anyway? Dervan.
Nilfgaardian.
Kings
My
do the
gran was from
fighting,
Nazaire.
Oh, so that's
peasants
how
do
it
the
is.
dying.
Then by my leave, Master Dervan, may the Gold Sun guide you far away from my land.
Who knows what
Yeah, it doesn't seem like anything Nilfgaardian is particularly popular around here, which, I mean, I guess is understandable.
When the Black Ones laid siege to Vizima, they burned the outskirts to the ground.
Since they are kinda conquering everything around. You notice boards have some stuff that is mostly lore and just fun background stuff that doesn't really have any effect on anything. But more importantly, the fancier looking ones, which we'll get to eventually, can open up quests. Such as the Switcher contract here, the Devil by the Well. And somebody wants to borrow a plow, but we don't have that, we are not Mr. Plow. Our name again is not Mr. Plow. And also somebody's brother is missing, so I guess we'll go have a look at that at some point as well. Yeah, checking out the notices also adds points of interest to our map. A whole bunch of question marks.
By all the gods! What do you say? Who taught you that?
Yeah, we don't have to read that again. Yeah, it'll be a while before we get to the contract, but we'll get there when we get there. Now we can see on the minimap a yellow exclamation mark which indicates a quest nearby, so let's go see what's up.
No more.
What the fuck am I to do? Eh?
Chetty's a little fool.
What?
Killed. I see you with him again, and you'll...
What happened here?
Oh, got a wee bit chilly the night, so I set fire to my forge. Got it nice and roaring. Roasted some wieners. What do you think happened, dimwit? Some bugger set alight me workshop. I've lost everything. Everything!
Sorry. Any suspects?
Whole damned village. I've lived here half a century. Thought they saw me as one of their own. But everything changed when the Black Ones came. I'm the only smith around, so I got to service their garrison. Bang dents out of plate, shoe horses. That sort of thing. Nilfgaardians don't pay me a bloody copper. Just give me supplies and orders. But humans can't fathom that. They think I'm getting rich off their misfortune. That I sleep on a pile of gold like a ploughing dragon. They've stopped talking to me. Spit when I pass. And now this.
I can find your arsonist, provided you're willing to pay.
I've not much left, but I'll give you all if you bring me that horse in, so that he gets what he deserves. The night of the fire, I heard movement outside my hut. Went out to see if I could find any tracks, but found nothing. But then I haven't got cat eyes, have I? Good luck.
Alright, so this is just a basic tracking quest. We can see the radius there, the yellow radius on the minimap. We also use grindstones to kinda enhance our weapons and armor, so that's cool. Or at least weapons. I think there's also one for armor.
Devil sits in the old oak tree, brewing cider with devilish glee.
Okay, kids just singing about devils, yeah, that's normal.
Warren house, me devil head hurts.
Here we go.
Shavings from a tinderbox. Arsonist must have lit his torch here, tossed it on the roof, then fled through the orchard. Boot prints. A man's. Large.
Yeah, I'm using the colorblind mode here just in case, because while I don't personally need it, in case somebody watching this has some kind of blindness that...
And vodka.
In case somebody watching this is like red-green colorblind, this will make it a lot easier, hopefully, to follow along. So you can actually see what we're tracking.
Took off his boots and went in the water. Probably wanted to cover his trail.
Yeah, so these tracking quests are nothing particularly special, especially at this point, because, well, we have had this sort of quest in all kinds of games since then.
Something jumped out of the rushes. Drowners. But he managed to escape. Lost his boots in the rush.
Will you go to the well in Hovel instead?
Not on your life.
And I guess we already had these before the Witcher 3, but especially afterwards.
Bleeding, but not badly. Surface wound.
Started poking him, asking. Well, he started twisting and squirming, so wham bam, they knocked his head off.
Aye, so it
Tracks lead back to the village.
Some drowner that had supped on the kid. Witcher had naught to do with it. What did the folk do? Ain't like they could have sewed his head back on. Word is, they laid his corpse to rest.
Okay, looks like they lead to this house.
Trail ends here, but I'll recognize him by his wounds.
I'm not gonna steal their dried fruit. I will grab whatever seems kinda useful, but I'm not gonna take like every single bit of food they have stored away.
Drowner claw marks. It's gotta be him. Nasty wound. Run into a drowner?
What the fuck do you care?
Whoa, our arsonist's a charmer too. Come on, Smith wants to talk to you.
I not talk to a non-human. Sons of bitches all, and dwarves are the worst. Greedy little magpies, do anything for gold, they will. They forge the blades the black ones put to our throats. Am I not right? Listen, we can work this out, man to man. I give you gold, you don't turn me in. My mum died a while back and I sold her tools. I've spent some, but what's left is yours.
I don't think so.
Magpies and dwarves might be greedy, but I'm not. Can't buy me.
Then I'll beat your fucking mug to a pulp!
Calm down. Now follow me.
Right now we just have to make our way back to Willis. We don't really have to escort this guy or anything. He will come along. Which is good because he's really slow. And takes forever to get there.
They'll resettle us all south of the Yaruga and bring in the Guardians to farm us.
I think those plums are...
Up and at him.
What's going on?
Here you go. One village pyromaniac in the flesh.
Nap? You? I knew your mum for years. Charged her nary a copper. This is how you repay me. I've had enough. Hey, soldier. A minute of your time, please.
No! Willis, I beg you, I was drunk. Didn't know what I was doing.
I've told you, Master Willis. We will help you rebuild once reinforcements come. The supplies have been ordered.
Not what this is about, mate. This here's the arsonist. A witcher found him.
The forge was important to the garrison. Destroying it was sabotage. No trial needed here. Just a tree.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Harsh as punishment goes.
But deserved. You know, I hated the Black Ones at first, like everybody else did. Now I'm thinking they might just bring order to this place. Teach these layabouts some manners. But enough about that. Your reward. And I managed to save some things from the fire. Anvil's still whole, so I'm sure I can bang something out on it. You need anything, let me know. Give you a good price.
Yay, quest completed. Well, I guess next time we'll go see who else's life we can ruin.
Sits in the old oak tree, brewing cider with devilish